What if you woke up one day to find you were the last man on Earth? And not just that, but the entire world was now populated only by women. That's exactly what happens to Andrew, the protagonist of our story today. Let's dive into this bizarre and fascinating world. Our story begins in a seemingly ordinary world, but a strange plague, specifically targeting the Y chromosome, has been sweeping the globe. Men are dropping like flies, and society is on the brink of collapse. Andrew, a scientist, is one of the last few men left, desperately working on a cure with his colleague, Anna. They're racing against time, but it's a losing battle. The world outside their lab is descending into chaos. Governments have crumbled, and basic services are a thing of the past. It's a grim reality, and the pressure on Andrew and Anna is immense. One day, while working late, Andrew is attacked. He wakes up in a stark, unfamiliar room. The world he knew is gone. He soon learns that he's been in a cryogenic sleep for decades. The plague ran its course, and now the world is entirely female. He's a relic, a museum piece, the last man in a world of women. The society that has emerged is radically different. It's organized into communities, each with its own rules, but all united by the absence of men. For them, he's a biological miracle and a political hot potato. Andrew is taken in by a community led by a woman named Eve. She's both fascinated and wary of him. To the younger women who have never seen a man, he's a mythical creature come to life. They're curious, and their reactions range from shyness to bold fascination. Andrew, on the other hand, is completely out of his depth. He's navigating a world that has evolved without him. The language has changed, the social norms are alien, and the very concept of gender roles has been completely redefined. He's an outsider in every sense of the word. Life for Andrew becomes a strange routine, studied, questioned, and observed. Some see him as a symbol of a chaotic past, a remnant of a species that brought the world to ruin. Others see him as a potential key to the future, the only source of genetic diversity left. This creates a huge rift within the community. There's a faction that believes he should be preserved at all costs, perhaps even used to restart the human race in a more traditional way. Then there's another, more radical faction that sees him as a threat. They believe the world is better off without men, and that his very existence is a risk to their hard-won peace. The tension escalates when a rival community, led by a ruthless woman named Diana, learns of Andrew's existence. Diana sees Andrew not as a person, but as a weapon, as a resource to be controlled. Her community is more militaristic, and she believes that capturing the last man will give her ultimate power over all other settlements. She launches a raid on Eve's community, determined to take Andrew for herself. The peaceful life Andrew was just getting used to is shattered. Suddenly, he's at the center of a conflict he never wanted. Eve and her people are forced to fight to protect Andrew, and more importantly, their own way of life. We see some incredible action sequences here as the women, who have built a society free of the kind of violence they associate with men, are now forced to engage in it. Andrew, who was just an ordinary scientist, feels utterly helpless. He tries to help, using his knowledge from the past, but he's not a fighter. He sees the chaos he's inadvertently causing and feels an immense burden of guilt. Is his life worth all this destruction? During a daring escape, Andrew and Eve are separated from the main group. They find themselves on the run in the wilderness, hunted by Diana's forces. It's during this journey that they truly begin to understand each other. Away from the politics and prying eyes of their communities, they're just two people trying to survive. Eve learns about the world before the plague, a world of both great art and terrible wars, a world of love and loss. Andrew, in turn, sees the strength and resilience of the new world Eve has helped build. He realizes it's not just a world without men. It's a world that has found a different way to live, a different kind of strength. They stumble upon the ruins of Andrew's old laboratory. It's a ghost of his past. Inside, they find his old research notes, and, miraculously, a preserved sample of his work. It's a long shot, but it's a sliver of hope. A potential cure? Or at least, a way to reintroduce genetic diversity without resorting to turning him into a breeding machine. This discovery changes everything. Now it's not just about Andrew's survival, it's about the future of humanity. But Diana and her forces are closing in. They track Andrew and Eve to the lab, leading to a final, dramatic confrontation. It's not a battle of brute force, but a battle of ideologies. Eve argues for a future of choice and collaboration, while Diana represents a future of control and power. Andrew finds himself in the middle, forced to make a choice. He can't just be a passive observer anymore. He has to decide what role he will play in the future of this world. In a climactic moment, Andrew uses his scientific knowledge not as a weapon, but as a bargaining chip. He reveals the potential of his research, offering a path forward that doesn't involve subjugation or conflict. He proposes a new future, one where his old world and their new world can merge, creating something better. He puts his own life on the line, appealing to the shared humanity that exists in all of them, regardless of gender. The film ends on a beautifully ambiguous note. We don't see if the cure works or if the communities unite. Instead, we see Andrew, Eve, and even a hesitant Diana looking at the research together. The conflict has ended, replaced by a fragile, uncertain hope. Andrew is no longer just the last man. He's become a bridge between the past and the future. A symbol of the possibility that even after the end of the world, humanity can find a way to begin again. It's a powerful story that makes you think about society, survival, and what it truly means to be human. What did you think of this crazy story? Would you want to be the last man on Earth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more movie explanations. See you in the next video.